Welcome back, everyone. This is Frank Whiskey Charlie Zero Oscar. This video is about the Rode Wireless Pro. This device is really more of a camera, video camera type equipment. And to give you context, this channel, I used to, when I bought a camera, I would look at it, review it, give my 2 cents. And I still have subscribers that asking me once in a while, if you ever do get something, just put it online. So that's what I'm doing right now. But I think in this case there's two things here. One, yes, it's for a camera like the Fuji XT-5 that it's recording me right now, but also it can be used for ham radio, and I'll do another video on that in terms of how I'm going to utilize it in the field. But for now, I feel like I just want to test this out. I want to see how it sounds um, in the car in particular. Right now, there's a freeway out there, so who knows if that's picking this up. Right now, I have there's the the Rode Wireless Pro. You have two transmitters, and right now I got one transmitter turned on, and it's throwing out the signal to the receiver that I have here, and on the receiver, it goes to the camera. Cool thing about the receiver is that you can set it up so that it will work with the preamps that you have on your camera. But I have a feeling that it's not working with your preamps on your camera. I used to do this with my Canon 5D Mark III, which didn't have great preamps. I would lower that down to very, very, very minimal amounts, and I would use something called the Juice Link, which doesn't exist anymore. I think the guy got busted because he was using schematics from someone or something. But they were very beautiful devices, and they had clean gain. And so what would happen is I would lower down the gain of the 5D Mark III, and then I would pop in the Juice Link, which had XLR plugs, and then I would crank up the gain to go inside the camera, and it sounded beautiful. I did a lot of great videos with that device, and I think that's what it's doing here. Even though the preamps on the XT5 and most modern cameras, they're pretty good, and they're getting better. I think with this device, with the Rode Wireless Pro, it probably has pretty clean gain. When you pump it up, it doesn't really mess with the recordings in terms of like sounding kind of weird, like how you crank up volume, sometimes you hear like some noise or something. But we'll find out, because this is my second time doing this. I didn't like the first time that I was doing it. There was something funny going on with the settings. But right now, let's try this. Let's try the audio only on the transmitter. Cool thing about these wireless pros is that right now it's recording internally. So let's listen. So right now you're listening in the internal recording of the device. So the great thing about that is that yes, it's still transmitting to the receiver and it's recording it to the camera. But through the magic of editing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the audio that comes from the device itself. Does it sound any different? I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. One of the great things about this device, it's 32-bit, so it has a lot of dynamic range. So if I yell, it will, even though when you go post editing, it might seem it's like, oh, it's totally distorted. You can lower it down so that so you can pick up what you were saying. Now, I'm still in this mode here you're listening to me on the microphones here and recorded here, not transmitted. But what I want to do next is use the other transmitter, and it has a lavalier. And the thing about this is that it's positioned, you probably can't see this, maybe, but the mic is positioned one way. Then you have one of these dead cats that you can feel a little bit. It does snap a little bit, but it doesn't snap really a lot. And then what I want to do is I'm going to put this lavalier, if you can see me, down over here. And so it's facing this way so my voice can capture it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this one on. You're still hearing me here. I'm going to turn this on, and I'll be able to see it on the screen on the receiver. Now it has a cool button. It has the different. One of the differences. One of the differences between the Go and the Pro is that the Pro has an extra button here. So if I press this button here, and I can view it over here. It's saying it's recording, has a red dot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clap a couple of times, 4 times, and we'll get to listen to how it sounds with the lavalier. So let's see if we can do that. 1, 2, 3. So now you're hearing me through the lavalier, right? And the lavalier might sound different. Who knows? It'll be a great test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive around a little bit and just get to listen to the audio, because again, the freeway's right there, and let's see if we can hear something different. I might even roll up the window a little bit, but still with the lavalier, right? And you can hear my voice and see how it sounds. And I can look at the screen right here, and I can see that I'm at about negative 12 dB. One of the great things about these devices is that you have an ability to change like the dynamics of the microphone and the way it picks up your voice. Another thing too that I think I mentioned, yes I did, was that, well actually I didn't, but you can set the receiver, and now I was trying to, and that was the story, right, about the 5D Mark III, that on the Rode software, you can tell the receiver, hey, I'm going to hook up a Fuji camera, and so work with the the preamps. So I can change the receiver, and I can set it so that it sets to a camera mode. And then I would have to go in the back of the camera and of course change the gain to negative 28.5 or negative 29.5. I think it went all the way down to negative 30. Now I'm still using the lavalier. Let's go back to the camera and whatever it's being transmitted now. And what I'm going to do is so I'm going to change the audio. So now you hear me with the lavalier, but it's transmitting to the receiver, and then the receiver is taking up on it's taking up to the camera. Yeah, let's try that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop out the, let me pop it out. Let's see what happens. Well, it turns out when I unplugged the 3.5 millimeter jack from the receiver, the video just stopped recording the audio, which is fine. It happened to me last time, and I double checked, and it happened again. But right now, you're hearing me through the microphone, the built-in microphone on the Fuji XT-5, and it should sound a little bit different. So now you get a sense of, the built-in microphone from the transmitter You also heard the internal audio from the transmitter from the lavalier. You also heard the audio that was being pumped out from the transmitters to the camera. I expect it not to be too different, but you don't know. Maybe it is different. And actually, the microphone, the built-in microphone and the microphone of the lavalier, you would expect it to sound a little bit different. One thing I don't like about the microphone on the Rode Wireless Pro is that it seems directional because the the microphone, the little holes, the tiny little holes where you speak, right? It's not all the way around. It's like one sided. So I'm wondering if you don't point that in the right direction, what's going to happen. And I think the reason why they're flat like that is because you probably want to tape it to your body, right? To be flat so that you won't see it. One cool thing though is that Rode does provide you with the clips to clip it on. They give you like these little color things so you can figure out which one's which. Overall, the whole system is really nice. Not inexpensive though, and it's probably not a tool that most ham operators will do for their legacy radios. But I think having the 32-bit capabilities, I'll be able to get those, very low, those signals that are very low, and maybe increase the gain on that. And those that are very, very loud, that sometimes will distort the audio, I'll be able to pull that back, maybe. We'll see. But again, this video is more catered to cameras, but with audio being present in ham radio, it's those two ideas do come together. I hope you have a great day. I hope this was interesting. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please tell your friends. Thank you for the support, especially those that supported me earlier when I was doing some camera things. I'll come back and I'll do some more camera things as well in the future. I haven't forgotten your support. All right, so stay safe and I'll see you later. This is Frank, Whiskey Charlie 0 Oscar. Bye-bye.